morning, guys, and early it is. I don't think I've been up for more than half an hour, so if I'm looking a little bit tired and sounding all bunged up, well, it's because it's just too early in the day for me, but that's how it goes. I thought I'd very quickly let you guys know about an experiment that I have done and some modifications I've made on my dock wing system. Now, essentially, I've got a 2.4 gig video system that I do use occasionally. It's a relatively new acquisition. And one of the things that I really liked was the fact that I could detach myself from the unit by getting a 5.8 relay. So obviously I can pop my goggles on, the 2.4 system's up, and I can kind of walk around. I don't have to care about what's going on with the base station and everything on the tripod. And I thought, I wonder how this will work with my dock wing or possibly my Godzilla tracker, things like that. So I came up with a plan. And, well, for those of you who don't know, that's my dock wing. It's basically two high gain antennas, a rapid fire, and a dock king module. And now what I've done is I've extended, and on the back you can see I've got this little FXT VTX. It's a 25 milliwatt VTX, and I had to do a little bit of modification to the entire unit to make this work. Now, essentially, and it's probably easiest if I plug this in for you so you can see, is I've modified the wiring inside. So in this case, I've powered that unit up. You can see it's up and running on the front. And you will notice over here, we have the LED running. Now, the net result is I would normally be receiving on one frequency and then just rebroadcasting on the other. Now, I normally use race band 1. It means, boom, race band 1 going on there. And I rebroadcast on race band 2 with a tiny little 25 milliwatt VTX. Now, the thing is, I don't always want to do that because, you know, on the days when you're kind of at the field and it's actually quite busy, you've got a lot of guys flying, you don't really want to be hogging two channels. That's just kind of not really fair. So I wanted a solution that I could kind of put onto here as a hard-coded solution where everything was kind of like wired in and just worked, but I could turn that on and off relatively easily. This blasted thing's beeping like crazy in my ear because I don't have anything to tune into. So long and short, what I did is, you can see I bolted this to the back of the docking, so I had to take the whole docking apart, and I wired the video in and soldered the video lead to the video out pin that's located on the back of the AV out. So actually I could just plug a cable in and it'll all just work anyway, as it always did. But how do you turn that on and off? And what I've done, you've got the regular docking switch over here, and if I click that switch, it turns off. Now, essentially, it's a very simple thing I did here. All the rationale is, there's a switch in the docking already, and I never use it. It's always left on, and I'm always just plugging my battery in to use it. Just like, you know, once that's in, you know, this is 6,000 milliamps of power, it will run all day. So what's the point of the switch? So what I've done is I've just put I've kind of disconnected the switch, put a bridge across on the PCB so the switch is no longer required, and then just refactored and used the existing switch to turn my wireless relay on and off. And, you know, at this point it works reasonably well. You know, if I'm honest, you don't want to do this with 200 milliwatt or higher, really. You need 25 milliwatt. In fact, if I could have found a 10 milliwatt VTX, that would have almost been ideal for me. And quite simply, you don't want to swamp the band. You know, broadcasting something so close to this is never, ever a good idea. I do kind of expect I'm going to see some issues in terms of the end range I can get out of it. I haven't experimented enough with it. I have gone out flying with it and found it works great. But I haven't really pushed the range either. I've kind of been under a kilometre. So the end outcome, I don't know. But it's optional. I can turn it on and off. And for those days where I just want to pop it up and go fly, well, at least I can do it, and I've got all the benefits of not being tethered to a ground station, which I always find annoying. Yeah, so if you guys or anyone desperately wants to see inside here what I've done, which is quite simple stuff, I will bother to reopen all this, but yeah, it's kind of, I'd be surprised if you couldn't follow your nose and work it out based on the description I've given, because it really is just disconnecting a power switch, plugging another one in, and finding the video in pin. It actually took me longer to work out how to get the channel on the FXT VTX to do what it had to do. So yeah, there you go. Another idea for you. Hope you might jump in, enjoy, and see if you can get something working. Have fun. Cheers.